Good news and bad news today. The good news is that beauticians in Canada won't be forced to wax men who claim to be women. Jessica Yanov, the trans man who claims to be a woman, complained that over 15 beauticians didn't want to wax his genitals. The court case he brought has finally been resolved in the women's favour, but not before it put many young women out of business who didn't want to see nor touch his nether regions. And who could blame them? Questions need to be asked as to how this transgender extremist was allowed to cause so much distress to women who were simply trying to run a business, and about the legal costs innocent people are forced to meet because of transgender activists. The bad news, however, is that in Texas, a little 7-year-old boy, James Younger, who doesn't want to become a girl, is going to be forced to anyway, after a court decided his mother could go right ahead and start the transition with puberty blockers. The boy's father, Jeff Younger, had pleaded with the court to stop his estranged wife from going ahead with the transition, explaining how she had forced him to wear girls' clothes from an early age, and when with his father, the 7-year-old was always eager to get off those clothes and wear the boy's clothes he naturally felt comfortable in.
Who told you you're a girl?
Mommy.
The court, however, said the boy's mother can proceed with the drugs that will eventually end in castration. Overall, it looks like the mask is beginning to slip as more and more institutions in society succumb to the LGBT ideology. The universities, courts, corporations, government, media with a few exceptions, and many young, impressionable minds have turned their back on reality and begun exercising raw power to make nonsense like this the new normal. Changes in the law are coming, and we're already seeing people too scared to speak out against it. If you want a good idea of how all these changes were ever made possible, look no further than the legal shift from a natural law basis of rights, which Martin Luther King espoused, to what's called democratic proceduralism, pushed by John Rawls, where what's right and wrong is subjectively decided by votes, where justice is in the eye of the beholder. It's this shift in legal traditions that explains how we can suddenly vote in a referendum for who lives and who dies, and that allows mothers to castrate their children, rather than the sane approach of acknowledging that there are rights and wrongs, and that true fundamental rights should not be subject to a vote. But here's the irony of it all, and I'll leave you with this. This nonsense has an expiry date. When you act against the laws of nature, not only will you destroy your numbers, but you'll also destroy your ideology.